Everyone cheers except for President Nova. She's very concerned, and let's see why she's concerned. President Nova stands before the team leaders, the CEOs, and behind her, the venture core flickers. The city lights began changing from blue to gold. President Nova said many businesses are struggling to survive success. Spark looks confused. How could success be dangerous? President Nova replies, because growth creates new problems. So when your business is growing and thriving, there are new challenges, there are new problems that you will have to face. So I want to hear from you. What happens if 1,000 new customers just show up at your business? What do you think some of the problems could be? All right, so I'm seeing hands one time. Xavier, go ahead. What do you think problems would be?
And it's like we could run out of stock, like say, since we're making shoes, we could run out of rubber and stuff.
Exactly. So if you have a whole lot and we want customers, because we know customers bringing in money, but you can run out of stock quickly if all of a sudden you have a huge growth in customers. Let me see the other hand. I'm seeing Cindy. Cindy, what do you think could happen if 1,000 new customers show up instantly?
Yes, I think that if we was to have 1,000 new customers to shop, what he said before, yes, we'll run out of stock. But I think that our loyal customers from before, when we run out of stock, they might go online and say how I didn't have anything, might write bad reviews. I might lose my employees because they don't have anything to do. My sales might go down. My customer service will go down, or I'll have to go and find somewhere to encourage my supplier to get more. I have to go and output money to get more.
You see, all I hear is problems, and you are correct. There's so many things that could be disastrous if all of a sudden you have new customers. And you would think that having more customers is a good thing, right? All right, let me hear from someone. So thank you for your contribution, Cindy. Let me hear from, wait. Owen.
Yes, if tomorrow 1,000 customers, so we should also get profit, but you'll also have more expenses.
Oh yes, you will have more expenses. Can you tell me why? Why would we have more expenses as a business if more customers show up?
Yes, because you also have to pay for the stocks. You might run out of stock. You might have to pay for more food or more rubber or build your business. The expenses might go up.
Excellent. So I'm hearing a lot of useful information. One, you can run out of inventory. Two, you might get bad reviews from your loyal customers because you're not able to accommodate them as well as you were doing before. And your expenses will increase. Let me hear from Kimaya. Or Kemia. Kamaya.
Yeah, because there will be a lot of angry customers because they might be pushing and shoving.
Yeah, so that can cause chaos in terms of space. Yeah, so could you imagine if you have a small space and 1,000 customers show up, you will have, everybody will be crammed, there will be chaos, and again, that can lead to bad reviews. Thank you for your contribution, Gabriella. And then Kaori. Gabriella?
Hi, Mr. Shazana. I wanted to say that today I won't be able to attend class because I have a feeling well.
Sure, honey, no problem. I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Curie,
If 1,000 customers show up tomorrow, appliances will be run down faster than before. And,
definitely. So you go ahead.
and more expenses than before you had before.
Thank you for that, and you are correct, because you're going to be using your equipment and your appliances even more to meet your orders. It's going to be depreciating, or as she said, it's going to be run down faster, and that could lead to breakage. It could lead to your appliances shorting out and malfunctioning. So growth is great. We love growth, but I want you to take away from this that growth comes at a cost. All right? But it's nothing that we builders cannot handle. So I want to introduce you today to the villain of Venture City in this episode, and the villain is called the Growth Wave. So the sky is open. A gigantic, glowing golden wave moves towards Venture City. Inside the waves are thousands of customers, lots of money, lots of phones, lots of orders, lots of delivery trucks, packages, 1 million online reviews, email. Everything is moving rapidly with this growth wave. President Nova is concerned. Builders, this isn't another chaos storm. This is the growth wave. Spark questions. Isn't that good, President Nova? President Nova replies, only if you are ready. Suddenly, the wave crashes into Venture City. And all of a sudden, businesses began to struggle. So we have on the top part of this illustration, one bakery has hundreds of customers waiting. Another shop has empty shelves. If you've seen Gadget Galaxy and you're looking at Gadget Galaxy, you will see that there is empty shelves, right? Delivery scooters cannot keep up. If you look at the bottom, you're seeing there's so much deliveries and orders to fill. The delivery people, they cannot keep up with all the order. They're frustrated because it's so much deliveries because of this growth wave. And we are seeing where at the restaurant, we are seeing where angry customers are waiting. We have a lot, and somebody said this, they'll have a lot of chaos because of the increase in customers. So employees are overwhelmed. That's what's happening with this growth wave. So growth creates problems. For example, some of the things that you would have highlighted: not enough inventory, slow service, the quality will fall, because if you are making really amazing smoothies for a few persons, when you have a lot of customers, what's going to happen? You're going to be rushing. So the quality of what you make, the quality of your service will drop as a result of growth sometimes, right? If you haven't planned for it, you will have long waiting time. And this is what entrepreneurs call scaling, and we're going to talk about that a little later. So if you owned one of these businesses, what would you do? So I want to hear from you. I want you to pick a business. So on the screen, we have 4 businesses: Sweet Venture, Gadget Galaxy, etc. If this were your business, how would you handle the growth? Azaria, go ahead.
Okay, miss. So for deliveries, I think I would be able to tell my delivery people certain routes for certain people to go on. So let's say group A, you go on this route, you will only travel on this route. Group B, you will travel on this route. You will take side tracks and make sure that we could get our deliveries done faster, quicker, and more efficient.
So Okay, so you would come up with a plan to make your deliveries more organized.
Yes, yes.
Right. So if before you had a little bit of delivery persons and they were just doing their own thing, this would be a chance for management to step in and organize, come up with a strategy. And that's so important that you say that, because as your business is changing and evolving, you have to re-strategize. That's part of managing growth. So that was an excellent answer. Thank you. Anybody else? Pick a business and tell me, if you own that business, what would you do? Mikhail, go ahead.
If I want to find recipe, I would maybe put lines because it looks like it will mix up and so everybody will get the delivery faster.
So if you own the restaurant, you said that you're going to put a little bit more order to
Yeah.
how the lines are made, yeah?
Yeah, like based on the orders. So whoever order first will get the package first. Whoever order last will get the package last.
Okay, great. So you will put some, and again, that's another great answer. Once you have seen things happening, you would need to step in as management and re-strategize. So I love that idea, putting a little bit more order to how orders are made and in terms of the line. Excellent response. Aliyah?
Well, Miss, if I was working on the bakery, it looks like they're all in just one big group, so I would probably add more spacing out and add like more lines so that they aren't all like in one big group.
Okay, so add more spacing and organize the lines. But I just want you all to think outside of the box a little bit for me, right? And I love the answer so far. But if you realize there are lots of persons coming in person to the bakery to buy goods, what's another solution so that person wouldn't have to order? They would have to come and order as basically physically. They wouldn't have to order physically. Give me some ideas of what you think that they could do to avoid so many people coming at the same time to order. Anybody? I'm seeing hands, but okay, Siobhan. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
They could order online, right? And
Exactly.
you know how Domino's have that thing when you'll see on your phone when it says now going into the oven, now singing, and then it'll say ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was basically what we would do if I had.
Exactly. I love that suggestion. So if you have a problem with space and you have a problem with a lot of persons coming and causing chaos and the lines are long, then having some kind of online order platform where you can track where your products are, that is another genius idea to manage that challenge. Thank you for that. All right, so we have Siobhan. Siobhan, what business?
I was going to say what he was going to say, but if I were to run Gadget Galaxy, I would allocate more money to technology and stocks so I could have more items to sell.
Exactly. And that's also a great idea. So as your business grows, you will need to change your budget. So if you were allocating $10,000 to stock, now that there's this increase in customers, you may have to increase your stock budget to maybe $20,000, maybe double your stock budget. So there is a need for you to re-strategize in the different areas of your business when there is growth. So thank you for that suggestion. Kayla Blackman. Kaylee, sorry, darling.
It's okay. So if I own the bakery, I would tell people that I'm only taking a certain amount of persons today, so it wouldn't have too much chaos and people coming to buy.
But Kaylee, don't you think that's going to upset your customers? I feel like if my favorite bakery, I'm feeling for a red velvet cupcake, and I go to my favorite bakery and they're saying, oh sorry, we're only accepting a certain amount of orders. I'll be like, what? I think I will leave a terrible review. So while yes, you may may have to limit your orders. You may have to find a different way to do it, not necessarily tell the customers that they are having a certain amount of orders, because that may cause your customers to get angry. So let's re-strategize. All right, so let's think about that again and tell me what you would do differently. All right, so in the meanwhile, I'll take Azaria.
Okay, miss, for the bakery one, I think what I would do is I would get some more bakers. I would put more money into the people I'm hiring to bake faster. I would make more machines. And what you guys said for the lines, and then you know how in malls like KFC, how they just have kiosks and then online apps. So I would put that instead of people coming up to the to like the window to order and they're yelling and they're screaming and they want what they want, miss.
Okay, great. So we are seeing with growth, you may need to increase your infrastructure. Yeah, you may need to add an additional section. You may need to hire additional personnel, and those are all great solutions for handling growth. And I will take Naya.
Miss, I would hire more staff.
You would hire more staff. Right, great. That's an excellent. More hands on deck will get the work done. Liam.
Miss, I just asking, right? Where would she get the money for the staff?
Where would she get? Well, the thing is, with increased sales, it means that you are earning more revenue. Not so? So if you're earning more revenue, then you may have additional funds to allocate to different parts of the business. Owen, go ahead.
I will add on to the list like I will after this. We can also open more stores around the
Excellent. So you may have to consider expanding your operations to deal with the demand. Excellent suggestion. All right. So you guys are thinking like builders. That's amazing. All right. So let's continue. So Mayanova looks directly at the builders and she says, some entrepreneurs dream of having hundreds of customers until they actually do. Today, your greatest opportunity will also become your greatest challenge. So, in Venture City, we are going to look at 5 growth challenges and we are going to look at how they can be handled. So Mayanova stands beside a massive blue hologram. On the hologram, there are 5 glowing challenge cards arranged across the screen. Each card has a colorful icon and a short title. So the first icon, too many orders. Second, unhappy customers. Third, running out of products. The 5th challenge, a competitor copies your business. And the 5th, too much work for one team. Builders, the growth wave has arrived. Your business is becoming successful, but success creates brand new problems. Let's see how great you guys can think. So, challenge number 1, after the growth wave would have slammed on Venture City, one of the major challenges they would have had is too many orders. A bakery received hundreds of online orders. The phones are ringing, orders are printed. Employees look shocked and confused. What would happen in this case? So if this were your business and there's so many orders, what would be your initial response? And and you can just share it in the chat, type it in the chat. You realize that you have like 1,000,000 orders. What would your initial response be? See, people are saying. Panic. Increase production. You'll be thinking about increasing production. In that case, I think I would be so panicked. I would be like, oh my gosh, I would be frustrated and overwhelmed. That would be my initial response. Okay, how do we solve this problem? So I want you to raise your hand. We have too many orders. What are some of the immediate solutions that we can provide? So let's go with Xavier.
Miss, you try to take as much orders as they can.
I mean, yes, you will try to, but I still feel that that's going to leave the business in chaos. We need to have a plan that the employees and the managers are able to put things under control. All right, so think.
Miss, you take less out of what you're selling.
You take less.
Because
how do you determine that? If all the orders are coming in on social media, you have persons in front of you, how do you do that?
You just take them one by one.
You just take them one by one. So you would, I'm hearing you're saying prioritize orders. So as order come in, you will try to push out that order. Okay, that's one solution. Let's hear from Kaden. What's that immediate solution?
Yes, I would say to tell the customers that an order may be delayed because of too many orders.
That's very important. Communication, and I love that you say that. Because we need to communicate with our customers. They appreciate when we let them know at least what's happening and we communicate respectfully. So yes, your order may be delayed because of the amount of orders, something like that, and it may cause persons to change their mind, or it may cause persons to just be patient and to wait. So communication, I love that suggestion. Let me hear from Aliyah. Aliyah, what is an immediate solution? Too many orders.
Well, if it was too many orders, I think I would separate like our teams into different groups, or I would try to cut all the orders in half and make them half you can send them by delivery and then half you can get them in person, because if it was so many orders, then you'll cut them in half, so some people have to come to get their order in person and some people have to get it online, so it's easier.
Okay, so you would give persons the opportunity to come in person to collect, and you will give persons the opportunity to get their item faster via delivery. And I love that. It's creative, right? It's very creative. So the essence behind this is that growing businesses often need people and systems. So you have to look at the challenge and put either additional people to complete whatever task that you have going on, or you create systems in order to make running the business and meeting your orders better and more efficient. So I would hire help. That's something that I would do. So I would probably ask for volunteers, OJTs, trainees, interns. I would probably try to get persons, family members. I would tell my sister, I would tell my brother, I would say, y'all come, I need some help today. I would bring more persons in to help me with this too many order challenge. I would also try to increase production. So when I bring people in, I would try to increase what I am producing to try to meet the orders faster. right? And somebody said, tell customers realistic delivery time. Don't lie to them. Let them know what's happening. All right. So excellent. Let's look at the second challenge. Unhappy customers. So customers are waiting. If you notice, one customer leaves a terrible review. He says, terrible service, won't be coming back. Another one looks so disappointed. I waited too long. My cupcake was cold. I think it's supposed to be cold. But anyway, maybe she wanted hers warm. What should the owner do in this situation? So your challenge is you have a lot of unhappy customers. What would be an immediate response? Go ahead, Siobhan.
You can kindly ask the customer what is wrong and use it to improve your business. Then after that, you can offer them a future discount.
Excellent. So you ask for feedback and you give them some kind of incentive to maybe make them happy. I love that suggestion. So Mikhail Mohammed, or Mikhail, sorry. Mikhail.
So it has some review saying cupcake was cold, and so instead I would give them one free cupcake that will be warm. I will improve the cupcake and give them one free one.
Okay, so you would give them an incentive to make them happy in the future so that they would want to come back. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah?
That's what.
Excellent. So let me hear from Pixel Meets Page. I'm not sure what name is behind that account.
Miss, I know some places have like recommendation boxes, so customers could put it in and then we could read it later that day and see what we can do.
Okay, so a suggestion box, etc.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. I love that idea. But you know, everybody has access to social media now, so a lot of them will be putting their reviews online for everybody to see. How would you fix that? How would you address that?
Well,
Anybody?
Miss, I will try to respond and we will try and fix problems.
Okay. So responding, apologizing, hearing what makes the customer unhappy and fixing that mistake. Right? Improving service, putting an extra effort. So maybe at the end of the day you have a staff meeting and you let the staff know what has been happening, what persons have been saying, so at the next opening day, the staff is more welcoming, they're communicating, they're able to give good customer service so that maybe customers wouldn't feel so terrible. Yeah? And again, you have to learn from feedback. So learning from the feedback and adjusting, that is another way to solve that issue. So happy customers come back, unhappy customers tell everybody. So make sure that effort is put into making your customers happy.
The egg and thing automatic thing. The whole room now smells like eggs.
Challenge number 3, running out of product. So you are low on stock. You cannot keep up with demand. How would your team or how would you as a manager handle this immediately? So we want immediate responses. Kaden?
If you have a website you can buy it from, you have to put it out of stock immediately. Because you know that they might be anxious about it, so you might have to put them at the stock so that you have again. And then you can, well, if some of them ordered and I came all the way here, you should give them a discount on other items.
That it's out of stock so that persons are aware and they wouldn't have to come into the store to find that out. I like that suggestion, right? And Siobhan?
To solve the problem, I would take money from my emergency funds and put it towards the restocking of the products.
I love that. One, you know that it's important for a business to have an emergency fund. And I love that you were able to say, okay, this It's an emergency. Let's use some more emergency fund to restock quickly.
Pardon me, miss.
Perfect. Go ahead, Javier.
Miss, I was going to say, just in case, even if before the situation even happened, keep extra stuff in the back.
Yes. So you must, when you are growing, it is important for you to have extra stock. Yes, I agree. If you notice that demand is increasing, you have to plan ahead. Make sure that you buy additional stock. You order inventory earlier, right? You track sales so you know what's selling. Because you know there are some items that are hot items that are selling a lot versus other items. So you track sales so that you can be able to buy more of the hot product, right? Somebody says prioritize the best selling product. Love this. Excellent. So let's look at slide number 4. Well, problem number 4. So in this challenge, a competitor copies your business. A new store opens right across the street. Very similar logo. So one logo says Sweet Venture Bakery. Another logo says Sweet Success Bakery. That's so not creative. Similar logo, similar product, spark gap. What would you do in a situation like this?
Miss,
I will change
Go ahead.
miss, I would sue them for copyright.
You can't sue for
Yes, you
copyright
can.
because it's
Yes,
not
you can.
necessarily the same. If it was exactly the same, sure, but not in this case. Kaori,
Miss, I put it up by accident.
oh, that's fine. Kimaya,
You could buy all of their bakery supplies in that shop, and you will have extra bakery items, so you will get more money and more visitors.
while that is smart, I feel like they will be on to you and they may not want to sell you their products. They may just sell their products one more. But that was a very smart solution. Kaden, what would you do?
Miss, if you have more stores in different areas, so that people find out that our store is more popular than that one, so that when they see ours, they look from theirs and look at ours because they saw it somewhere else.
Okay.
Then lower price.
Opening in other places so that customers can find you in different places. Okay, no problem. That's a good solution. Anything else? Owen?
Miss, I might go on the app, the family barrier.
You go, so you're gonna cause bacchanal on social media, Owen? That's basically what you're saying.
That's what wrong with that.
What is wrong with that? When they go low, we don't go lower. We have to maintain our integrity and our standard and our professionalism, right? So we can't be petty betties. No. No, we are professional.
Coca-Cola versus Pepsi.
Miss what? What if, like, just say randomly one day that shop just end up on fire, just randomly, miss?
No, that's illegal and we are not condoning anything illegal. So we are moving on from that. Okay, so
Yes.
Owen, while it may be easy to go ahead and leave bad reviews, that doesn't speak to your integrity. That doesn't speak to good morals. In my opinion, there are some businesses that are okay with doing that, but we want to encourage you to think outside of that. So let's look at the situation again. You have a business, just now Azaria, 1 second. So you have a business, somebody else copies your business. What can you do to draw people back to you? What can you do to a person when they're standing in the middle of the street, they'll be like, you know what? I am going back to the original. That is is how I want you to think. So go ahead, Azaria. Let me hear what you're thinking.
Listen, so like going down to the level, I think that I would rise up above them. I would remember my target audience, remember the people that I'm trying to impress, the people that I want to sell to. I think I will redecorate my business, make it better than theirs. Because I had the idea of close which means I can do it better. I'm going to add more, I could add more goodies to my store. I could make it more accessible to people for the areas and for little children, because we know how little children can be, and most likely a parent will come to my business when there's an area for the kids to play and enjoy, than going to a business where someone will watch the children like, why are you making so much noise? I would utilize my knowledge of AI, my knowledge of technology. I would have more brand collaborations. And honestly, miss, that's what I think I would do for that type of situation.
So in a nutshell, what I'm hearing from you is that you are going to find a way to be better. And I love that. Finding ways to innovate, finding ways to stand out and to be better. I love that idea. Let me hear from Salma.
So basically, my food business, I just wanted to dominate the world. My current food business, I wanted to dominate the world. And if these people come here and they want to dominate the world, no, that's not right. So now I can go and I can put a mask right in front of their store. Like I can put like blocking this sign, but still on my property. Because you see how that thing is. I can put a mask right in front of them store, pointed to my store, and then I will increase the amount of baked goods I have.
Okay, so I love the part with increasing your inventory, not so much the part of trying to sabotage the other business. That's how people go to jail, people. I'm not encouraging any activity that takes people to jail. So
Mommy,
I am only going to take
you
away
hear that one?
improve
She's from my
and increase
group.
your inventory. Right? So let me hear from
You see the
Kelly.
things I have to be dealing with?
So to add,
They're
so
ruining my
Azaria
mental
said,
health.
I would put up better sales. For example, like buy one cupcake and get another one free.
So a sale, yes, love that. So that's a way to draw persons to you. So some of the solutions for this scenario would be to improve your quality. So if they're using fake chocolates or low brand chocolates, I will try to use more authentic, richer products so that my cupcakes taste significantly better. So I would improve the quality of the things that I'm making. So if they have cupcakes with just frosting on top, I am going to have cupcakes with frosting, a marshmallow, white chocolate, and an Oreo on top. Improve on your product offerings. That's what's going to draw people to you. Owen, you wanted to say something?
It's not anymore, it's not anymore.
Okay, no problem. Create a better customer experience. That's another solution, because I heard somebody say they would have like a area for kids, maybe they bouncy castle or some kind of ball pit, so that kids will be like, mommy, I want to go over there, instead of going to the other store, because there are better customer experiences there are better customer experiences at your business. So look at ways to make customers feel special, fun, and just overall make them feel better. Introduce something new. That's another solution. So if they've copied everything that you have, you know what? Introduce something new. So instead of cupcakes, maybe you could have ice cream cupcakes, or maybe you could have I don't know, ice cream cakes again. You can do so many different things with baked products. So introduce something new. And another solution, if you have a competitor, is you have to keep innovating. You have to keep being creative. I heard somebody say they will use AI for ideas. Yes, you use AI not just to do your homework, but to use AI to help you better your business ideas and offerings, etc. So people can copy your product, yes, but they cannot copy your passion and your creativity. Passion and creativity is unique. right? So keep that in mind in going forward. When they go low, we go high. Yeah, we don't want to do anything illegal or anything that will sabotage them. Eventually, my greatness will outshine them. That's the kind of mindset I want my builders to have. And the final challenge of the growth wave: too much work for one team. So yes, we have opened up a different branch. Yes, we've organized the lines. Yes, we have innovated and we have new products. But your employees feel, oh my gosh, this is so much. They're stressed, too much orders, too much deliveries, too much phone calls, too much email. Everything is spinning around them and they are stressed out. What are some of the things that you can do to overcome this growth challenge? So I will start with Aliyah.
Some things I would do is negotiate so they don't talk to them so they don't feel so overwhelmed, and also to split them up into groups, and also make sure that they get enough rest and sleep, and they can take like 15-minute breaks so that when we have longer work periods that they don't have to work overtime, they can complete everything.
Okay, so I'm hearing from you, you're going to put things in place to ensure that their well-being is taken care of. So I love the idea of talking to them, making sure that they're okay. Managers and CEOs need to do that. I love the idea of you saying giving them breaks, so maybe an extra 15 minutes to help with the stress. I love that, and I love the fact that you said that you will coach them and talk to them. So yes, these are solutions that can help when your employees feel overwhelmed. Yeah, go ahead, Siobhan.
So similarly to the stocks, I would also take money from my emergency fund and put it towards my business so I could hire more people to work.
Yes, so hiring more persons, building a stronger team. Love that suggestion. Caitlin.
This what I will do is I will separate the orders from the ones that were first from the ones that were last, to the ones that the people would need. From the ones that we just got, I'll separate them in halves, and then I'll let the workers do the ones that the people need, and then take a 15-minute break or a 10-minute break so they could relax a little bit and then do the new orders that we just got.
Okay, that's a great idea, and I love that you said you're going to prioritize. You're going to create a system where your employees don't feel so overwhelmed. And good leaders are able to see the problem, too much work, and come up with solutions to benefit the employees. So putting things in order, prioritizing orders. That alone is one way that you can help minimize the stress on your employees. So I love that idea. Let me hear from Owen.
Just to add to what he said, I would like add shifts. I would also hire more employees to add the shifts. And give them more lunch breaks so that they won't be so overwhelmed. I will give them a pep talk, make them feel strong, make them understand the work that they have to do now since we get so much more customers.
Exactly. Keep communicating with your staff, with your employees, and that's another thing that good leaders do, right? So you build a strong team with encouragement and motivation and incentives. Yes, loving all the ideas. So some of the solutions that I would put in place, I would start delegating things. So instead of one person doing a million different things, answering the phone, answering emails, taking orders physically, I would probably delegate different tasks to different people so that one person isn't overwhelmed. I would also use technology. So rather than having someone answer the phone, maybe we could do something automated where you don't need somebody to answer the phone. There is some automation that will come up. Welcome to this bakery. Please leave your order and someone will reach out to you. So that takes out the need for someone to be assigned to answering the phone. So you use technology to make your work lighter. I would also, as many of you all said, I would build a strong team. Make sure my team is motivated, they are knowledgeable, I have the right people in the right place. That's so important. Because the best entrepreneurs don't do everything on their own. They build a team that can. So if you have a competent team, you have a powerful company. So business growth requires leadership and not superhero effort. We don't need one person trying to solve all the problems, right? We need leaders who can put people and systems in place. All right, let's move on.
I have to go with the
So,
tablet.
congratulations. All 5 talent cards now glow green with check mark. Venture City and the Venture Core shines brighter, and President Nova smiles. Every growing business faces challenges, and successful entrepreneurs, they don't avoid them, they solve them. So the takeaway from today's presentation, guys, is I want you to know, as your business is doing well, in the future, if you have your own business, as your business is doing well, it doesn't mean that all the problems will stop. The better you are, the higher the challenges will be. But successful persons, successful builders, they find ways to overcome challenges. Suddenly, Spark receives another holographic message. His eyes get huge. President Nova, the venture global investors have arrived. The chamber doors slowly begin to open, and that slowly begins to open as the investors come in. So this takes me to the end of episode 3 of Venture City. And this is the part where you guys now have to get your presentations in line for the investors. All right, and I know that you've been working on your presentations since camp started. I have some important information for you where your presentations are concerned. We are going to a breakout room shortly. I want everybody to take a picture to snap this slide, because this is an important slide. This is going to guide you on your presentation. Everybody, take note of this slide. Number 1, you have to send your presentation to the email address. So we're looking at the number 1 box. Send your presentation to central-bank.org.tt no later than 7 p.m. on Thursday. So that's tomorrow night. So the presenter, the person who is working on the presentation, you need to take note of this square here. Number 2, all presentations must be no longer than 10 minutes. Guys, you have 10 minutes and 10 minutes only to present. Number 3, only 2 to 3 persons per group will present on the day. Number 4, indicate the role of every group member at the end of the presentation. So it can be within the presentation, we need to know who are the members of the group and what role they play in the company. Let's look at the bottom rectangle, the judging criteria. This is how you will get your points and how we will determine who is ranked number 1, number 2, right down. So you will be judged on your presentation skills. So make it fun. engaging. You will be judged on teamwork. You will be judged on creativity. You all are young, and I know you all have a builder mindset now, so come up with something creative for us.
Miss, I did the PowerPoint and all the criteria.
Sorry?
I already did the PowerPoint and all the criteria already meets.
All right, thank you for letting us know. So I will see when we go into the chat, into your group. Sorry. I will be the judge of that, and I will see if we'll make some changes if needed. Cash flow management, you have to talk about cash flow, so your revenues, your expenses, your profits. Remember we spoke about that I believe it was last Thursday. So there has to be a slide that speaks of cash flow management. Social entrepreneurship, I know that you would have done that this week. There must be some kind of slide that talks about social entrepreneurship. You will be judged use of AI, how you use AI within your company. You will be judged based on your target audience understanding. So we have to understand who your customers are. We have to be clear on who your customers are. You will be judged based on your competitive advantage. What makes you unique? What makes persons choose you opposed to choosing others? And you will be judged based on your business uniqueness. So all of those criteria we will be grading you on, and that's going to help us to determine who is number 1, 2, 3, 4. So take note of this slide. Important, number 6, Friday session will begin at 9:30 a.m. instead of 10 a.m. So we are doing it a little early because we want everybody to have a chance to present. And we don't want to go over noon. All right? So please be on time and be ready. I did not include the slide where I am telling you how you will present, but I will give you that information shortly. I'll put it in the chat so you know who is presented first, second, third, fourth, fifth. I'll put that in the chat shortly. All right. Now I don't want you to copy this presentation. I want you to look at this presentation. Think of this as a model, a guide to help you understand what the judges or the investors are looking for. So notice the very first thing on this slide. So this is an example of a presentation. They gave their business a clear name and a simple slogan. So we're looking at slide number 1. So you see how creative and engaging and nice this cover page is. So in this company is called Plant Pal, helping every plant grow, presented by whoever, right? We're looking at number 1. So moving to slide number 2, meet your team, meet the team, or meet the company employees, however you want to put it. And you have the team captain or the CEO, you have the finance manager, the operation manager. That needs to be clear on your slide. I would take a picture of this slide if I were you. Number 3, you have to state the problem. What is the problem that your company is trying to solve? What problem did you notice? What is the problem that your business will take care of? So in this example, you see the problem. People love plants, but they forget to take care of them. Plants don't get water on time. Plants get sick and even die. And people waste money replacing dead plants. So these are the problems that this company noticed. And then the solution. The solution, we're looking at slide number 4. Plant Pal is an app that will basically help. It's a smart plant care app. It reminds you when to water your plants and how to care for your plants, and it gives easy tips of how to keep your plants healthy. So far we have 4 slides. We know the business, we know the team, we know the problem, and we know the solution that your business will solve. Then the slide must have, who are your customers? I want to know who you are serving, and I want you to be clear. So for this company, they said homeowners, managing your money. So how money is going to come in and what you're spending your money on. Again, remember you will be judged on the use of AI. So how are you going to integrate AI into your business? Right? Slide number 9, this presentation talks about why this business is different from all the others. So this person talked about, this group spoke about other apps, what other apps do, what my app would do, right? And what makes me different. You should have a slide that talks about your impact, how you're going to impact society. How does your company impact your community, your society, right? So, and then you have an ending, concluding slide. Remember to try to impress the judges by speaking clearly and confidently. Keep your slides simple. Remember, it's only 10 minutes. We don't want no long words on your slides. Not at all. Be creative and original, right? Show how you help others and answer questions with confidence. And I believe in you guys. You guys got this. So this is the point where everybody will go to their breakout rooms and you will work on your presentation. I'll be jumping around, ensuring that persons are working and that we are being respectful. All right, so to conclude, you've learned how successful entrepreneurs present their business, and now it's your turn. Each team will now enter your breakout room and you will have one mission, which is to create your presentation. Good luck. Venture City is counting on you. So at this point, let me just share, hold on, I'm going to share the order. Third presenter, group 10. Fourth, group, the fifth presenter would be group 1. The sixth presenter, group 9. The seventh presenter, group 4. The 8th presenter, group 8. That's a coincidence that the 8th presenter is group 8. You all should remember that. Group 8, you all are 8. The 9th presenter, group 3. And the 10th presenter will be group 6. So this will be important for you guys. This is how you will be presented tomorrow. Yeah? So, breakout room.
Any coincidence, group 2 is the second presenter.
True. I didn't notice that. Thank you. Let's go.
Forgive me if the menu showing weird. I will not forgive you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I'm post step and chat because I don't really get too much time to actually do the intro because I'm trying to whip around with all you have for the edits and stuff. So I decided on that for the intro. I tried to put our logo here.
You said you had the breakfast menu, right?
Yeah, I have the breakfast menu. What's it here? It's just showing up a little bit.
So no, because I also put the screenshot up, so
yeah, I did get the breakfast menu there. That's what I have right now. I was just waiting for the other 3 menus so I could put them on other pages first.
okay. Where's Rampasan?
Yeah, thanks.
What? Where's Rampasan? Rampasan. Yes. That's me. I don't remember. I keep on using my again. So just set up video. So we get somebody in the field. Switch it back. Okay. The build is more or less finished. If there's anything, just stop. I don't just feel into it.
the final time I posted it up in the chat.
Oh.
Yeah, yes, here you can kind of favor.
So, who was on the whiteboard?